Hi everyone, Snowflake Dan here with you today. Today I'm going to be showing how to set up key pair authentication with your Snowflake account. And then to follow that, I'm going to be connecting to my Snowflake account via Python using that key pair. So let's get straight into it. So here we'll see the tutorial. This tutorial is actually linked in the description, so feel free to click on that and follow along. The first thing we'll want to do is actually copy the code to create our key itself. So I'm today using GitHub code spaces, but feel free to use Windows. So for Windows, I suggest using Putty. If you're using Mac, this will be the same exact process. So I'm going to paste in that code right there, and it's going to create two keys for me. So the first thing it's going to give me is a public key. This is the key that we want to use in our Snowflake account to assign to a user. The next thing we have is the private key. So this will be the key that's going to be used in today's video with the Python script, or if you're using another application, this is what you would put into it. So let's switch back to the tutorial. Let's scroll down, and we'll notice the next part is applying that to a user. So we'll want to copy that code, and we'll switch into Snowflake. So now we'll want to start a worksheet. So we'll click Worksheets, and then we'll add a new worksheet. So I'll paste that in there, and you'll notice that we need to update the public key part. So we'll switch back to GitHub, we'll copy over our public key, paste it into our SQL script, and then we'll want to run all of it. So what we did was we started with the role of user admin. We then created the user, assigned it a role, and then we altered the user to assign it the public key. So if this was your goal for this tutorial, was just to learn how do I assign a public key and then I could use the private key somewhere else, you're finished here and you're ready to go. The next step is going to be actually using that private key in a Python script on our local computer. So what we'll want to do is switch back to the tutorial and switch to the tutorial of Python with key pair. From there, we'll notice that we need to download some files. So these files are going to be a Python script. So I'll switch back to my GitHub because I've already got these set up. Is a Python script that we're going to want to run. And then also some requirements or some dependencies we have to install to have this code work. So what we'll want to do is switch back to the tutorial. And we notice that the tutorial is asking us to update two different things. One is the username in the code. The next is the account locator. So the username is going to be pretty straightforward. If we go back to our main code, we'll want to go to Snowflake, copy our user we just created. We'll paste that in. And then the next one is going to be the account locator. So here, to get the account locator, we'll simply want to go to the bottom left-hand corner, hover over our account again, and then we'll notice that there's a locator here. So we'll want to copy that. And then we'll paste it in. Now, for those users who are using not AWS, US West Oregon, this is a little bit kind of a special scenario. US West Oregon is probably one of the first servers we actually had on Snowflake, so you could just use the account locator. But if you're not using US West Oregon, you'll have to do a little bit more work. So here inside of the warning note that I provide in the tutorial, you'll actually want to grab your region as well. So here, if we click account identifiers, we'll notice that we get a list of different regions. So for example, if I was in Ohio, what I would want to use is the account locator followed by the region.aws. So that's the only caveat when you're using a different region than US West Oregon. So if we switch back to our GitHub account now, we notice that we've updated our user and our account, so I'll save this file to update it. And then next thing we'll want to do is actually run this script. So if we go back to our code or our tutorial, my apologies, I'm going to go back. We'll notice that we have a little run script here. So in Python, what we'll want to do is create a virtual environment. We'll then activate that virtual environment, install our dependencies, and then run our script. So I'll copy that. I'll go back to GitHub. I'll paste that in there. And then it will do all of those steps for me. So you'll notice here it's installing it. And then the last thing it'll do is actually run the script itself. So here you'll notice that it's outputted my name, Daniel Wilczek, are really the username. And that's because we ran a SQL script called select current user. But let's say we wanted to run a different one. So what we would do is simply change this up, and maybe we say select one to keep it simple, and then we'll run our main script again. And as we could see, we got a tuple back with the number 1 in it because we selected 1. So this is a really simple example, but you can extrapolate from here. And so this is the end of the tutorial. Thanks for watching how to set up your Python key pair authentication, followed by using that key pair in Python. Thanks for watching.